YouTube, maar vergeet. There was this tag going around asking us to answer a question on which game you bought for, which first game you bought for any number of systems. I just list the system and list the game. I just woke up, so I'm just like, and I haven't shaven in weeks. So yeah, let's answer those. And let's go back to the Commodore 64. Actually, the first game that I actually bought myself might either have been a Miss Pac-Man cartridge or the Way of the Exploding Fist tape. Before that, it was all copied. Yeah, but I got Way of the Exploding Fist or the Miss Pac-Man game. And what else? On the ZX Spectrum, I got Android 2, which is I believe it was published by Vortex. Android 2, which is a very nice maze shooting caterpillar like action arcade game. I totally love that. What else? On the Neo Geo CD I got Viewpoint, and on the Neo Geo AES I got Ghost Pilots. That was my first AES cartridge. I would love to have more, but yeah, they were just way too expensive. On the SNES, the SNES. On the SNES I got Super Mario World because that was I was pretty big into platformers, and I totally liked Mario World. It was the definitive game for the system for me for a long time. That is, until I discovered Zelda and some of the great RPGs. Of course, F-Zero is a great game on it as well, so I got that as well. Next to it is the Dreamcast. The Dreamcast. What is the first game I got on the Dreamcast? Of course, Metropolis Street Racer. Metropolis Street Racer is the first game I got on the Dreamcast, and yeah, that is a sad system because it had so much potential, but the moment it hit European shelves or Dutch shelves, it actually got shelved. Barely lasted a full year, I believe, only 8 months. Actually bought 3 new, and the great thing about the system, of course, was the availability of homebrew apps. And a lot of people were copying discs, and that was a bad thing. Shenmue. Shenmue, of course, is the definitive game for the Dreamcast, and I also played Evil Twin quite a bit. What else? On the Atari 8-bit, I think that was a Pac-Man game as well. I think, yeah, that was a Pac-Man, Atari Soft Pac-Man game. The ColecoVision, the first game I got on the ColecoVision probably was, I think it was Time Pilot. Yeah, may have been mistaken, but Time Pilot was one of the games that I really want to have. And on the 2600, well, I actually got that 2600 I got that quite late on, so I got it with a whole bunch of games, and one of the games that I put in first, of course, was that hideous Pac-Man version. And I played Centipede a lot, and I totally loved that on the 2600 actually. On the Vectrex, of course, the building game. I believe it's called Mindstorm. It's some sort of asteroid clone. The second game was Scramble, because Scramble on the Vectrex to me was the definitive game. On the Sega Mega Drive, On the Sega Mega Drive, I got Sonic, of course, because that, I mean, the way it moved, and I was big into platformers back in the day. I mean, I think that may have been brought on by Commander Keen on the PC, because I'd been playing some Giant Sisters on the Commodore 64 and some Mario Land on the NES, and yeah, I think Sonic was just a progression, you know, 16-bit, great stuff, parallax scrolling, and yeah, so Sonic 1, 2, and 3, and I think the first Sonic still is my favorite, and the first game I actually bought. And what else? The Sony PlayStation, Gran Turismo, the first Gran Turismo was actually the first game I got on the PlayStation. The second game I got was Spyro the Dragon. I just love the graphics and how smooth they were, and of course it's some sort of 3D platformer. And I was going on this Spyro the Dragon, Mario 64, for example, was one of the games that I got on the Nintendo 64. That and Turok. Turok I played on the PC quite a bit, one of the 3D FX games. So third-person 3D jump adventure games, Rayman, for example. So I moved from 2D platform games to 3D platform games or 3D adventure games. The whole Ratchet and Clank series on the PlayStation 2, for example, and 3, that's just amazing. Of course, Ridge Racer Type 4, favorite games on the system, and I got those quite early on. I actually imported Gran Turismo 2. I couldn't wait. Of course, it was bugged. It had a bug in the ghost cars. Yeah. What else? The PlayStation Portable. On the PlayStation Portable, the first game I got was some sort of weird adventure game that was actually not the best. I forgot which one it was, and it caused me to put it down and lay it on the shelf for a long time. And now I have actually two systems. So, oh yeah, you see that modded Game Boy. I got Mario Land and Tetris on the original Game Boy. Yeah, I've told that story a million times, I believe. My original Game Boy was bright yellow. It had the same size and color as my Oxford medical textbook, and I had a white coat. And often during shifts I exchanged the Oxford medical textbook, which I probably knew by heart anyways. I exchanged that for my Game Boy, so I could have a go at Tetris in between patients and stuff. So yeah, that was cool. I think on the Master System I got Sonic as well, so quite predictable. What else? The Game Boy Advance. On the Game Boy Advance I got F-Zero as well. It was a great version, and of course, yeah, on the SNES as well. But yeah, F-Zero. I got a Japanese card actually for it, and I just love that machine. And what else? On the Nintendo DS. What did I get on Nintendo DS? The first. I need to go take a look. Let me see. Yeah. Yeah. Could easily have been Metroid Prime or some sort of race. Yeah, I'm not sure. On the DS, I'm not sure. And on the 3DS, The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time, Rabbids and Asphalt 3D I got. And Ridge Racer 3. I don't know. And what else? On the Nintendo Entertainment System, I got on the Nintendo Entertainment System, I got Mario, Mario Land. On the Wii, I think it was Pikmin 1 and 2. That really got my interest. Metroid. I think Metroid and F-Zero GX actually were the first games I got, and a whole slew of survival horror stuff. Man, yeah, that's about it. It's very tough. It's tough to remember. I usually, when I got a system, I got a couple of games at the same time, so exactly knowing which game I got first is tough. So yeah, this is my response to the first games you actually got yourself on various systems and computer systems. And I actually left out computer systems because on the PC it probably was Doom that I really forked out money for, and on the MSX it probably was one of the shooters, and on the 7800, the real 7800 Joust, I believe. Yeah, it was Joust. So yeah, that concludes my entry. Kind of late, and I'm kind of tired, but yeah, it's better than nothing, right? Okay, Mark signing off, and I'll be back with another video soon. Gotta turn this off.